So we have a series of different research pieces looking at who's interested in sustainable investing. And there's a dominant narrative in the industry that this tends to be young people and sometimes young women. And although that's true, I mean, young people and young women are, of course, interested in sustainable investing. They're not the only ones who are so. When we look at our studies, the results show that its interest is by and large across the spectrum. So representative samples across the US show that this is of interest to folks all across the board. And knowing someone's age or their gender doesn't really tell you whether or not they're going to be interested in ESG investing. People generally are interested in ESG investing. One of the surprising things we found in terms of what drove recommendation behavior, obviously this is highly related to trust, but we also saw that it's top of mind for clients. And so advisors who have more frequent contact, either chatting with folks over the phone or Zoom contact, or even just sending an email, that helps bump the memory, I think, that people have of their advisors. And it's that top of mind that helps, in addition to trust, drive recommendation behaviors. So for advisors who are trying to elicit more recommendations, keeping top of mind with their clients can be a way to help do this. So I think that advisors are building rapport with their clients and talking about ESG. I think it's worth remembering that ESG investing is best, I think, seen through the lens of investing. It's investing first, and then ESG is above and beyond. And so confidence in that can be helping clients understand that their portfolios are going to help them reach their financial goals. And then those portfolios can be tuned a little bit to be aligned with their values as well. And so I think that that's the proper way to approach it, not letting ESG eclipse what the investing process is really about. So our research shows that people are interested in ESG investing. We find about 70% of folks express a willingness to have their portfolios be tuned to have ESG represented. But I think what's worth reiterating is that portfolios should serve investors' long-term financial goals. That's first and foremost. And ESG can be seen as a layer on top of that, but it shouldn't supplant what investments really are, which is in terms of generating financial returns. Measuring people's preferences around ESG can be tricky because if you just ask people, do they care about ESG? Lots of people say yes, right? And that doesn't really tell you very much. So we're developing a research program where we have people make choices regarding ESG options in portfolios. And based on the pattern of choices people make, we can start to infer what drives their behaviors. And this gives us, I think, a deeper insight to what people's motivations are, especially in the ESG space. We find that people have lots of different preferences when it comes to ESG investing. Some of those preferences they can't actually even articulate. They don't quite have a language or a framework to talk about it. But when presented with options, they can start to make choices, and from those choices, we can see what's driving them. These results can be very useful to advisors as they start to construct portfolios and help clients build strategies that serve both their financial goals and are aligned with their values.
Any advice in this video is general advice prepared by Morningstar without reference to your objectives, financial situation, or needs. You should consider the advice in light of these matters and any relevant product disclosure statement before making any decision to invest.